Good evening, everyone, and I am hoping you're having one heck of a spooky night. I'm back after taking a hiatus for the election. Obviously, nobody would have been around to watch anything. So, if you notice, I put a couple of updates on my OBS with my Twitch channel that I've started doing for gaming streams. Only scary games are being played on that. One of the examples of that I have is my latest video upload. A clip video of my first gaming stream of the Visage playthrough. So that's part of what you'll get. Me spurting out like crazy and sounding really stupid because I get scared. But with that in mind, tonight we are going to be talking about another AGR or ARG, alternate reality game that I was turned on to by Jada the Demon when she was my co-host. And this one in particular is called I Am Sophie. It's a more recent alternate reality game in that it recently went on a pause, but not only that, it started the beginning of this year prior to the COVID situation. So what I'm going to do is start going into that and giving my take on it as we go. I'm going to go through this chronologically so everything makes a little bit more sense. And hopefully, this will turn out good for everybody. Now, the I Am Sophie timeline begins on the 5th of February this year. This is when Sophie created her Instagram and her Twitter that she's had access, quote unquote, had access to up until July of this year. This ARG didn't really get any traction until Leon Lush did a video review on the very first YouTube video released on the YouTube channel on the 13th of February. So this really didn't gain too much traction until he said something, and obviously Leon Lush is one of those more popular YouTube commentators, and that's how most of these things gain traction, is through that sort of spread from a highly known YouTube creator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that first video up. Not a whole lot seems to happen in between making the Instagram and Twitter account and the first video that she puts out. Most of it is very much the same stuff you see in this first video that I'm about to put up. So let's go ahead and do that. This was the first video she put up, called The New Queen of YouTube Channel Trailers. So this is one of those weird, this will tell you everything you need to know about her and the channel just by watching this. And this is most of what you see when you are looking at that time period between the 5th and the 13th on her Instagram and her Twitter account, which are both basically playing off of each other. So let's go ahead and start this. Her brand is Young, Rich, and Powerful, or Young, Rich, Powerful. And apparently this is just not only a channel trailer, but kind of promotion for her clothing line, which is the same thing, which is the Young, Rich, Powerful brand.
I am Sophie. Young. Popular.
So as you can see already, it's basically this blonde named Sophie, who's apparently a billionaire's daughter. We don't really know what billionaire. We only see the picture of her father once. Obviously, we're seeing these big villas, a Lamborghini, a private jet, clearly main brand clothes that are high-end and expensive. So this is part of her whole thing is, I am a bougie young woman. Basically, the British Paris Hilton, yes, Xylee.
Talented. I am a friend, a daughter, a sister. And it might look like I've got it pretty easy, but...
Look, it's like the generic, it's the really weird generic kind of text, like, talented, I'm just like you, blah-de-blah-de-blah, that you see in, like, the most basic kind of fake YouTuber branding. Hi Nancy, hi Mike, thanks for coming by. Yeah, she's very much kind of a Paris Hilton vibes, especially because of the blonde.
All these crazy things. Private jets, fast cars, beautiful friends. They've made me think, am I happy?
Now keep that question in mind. Am I happy? This will come up a lot during this alternate reality game, and it makes you really think about everything that's going on from there on. Oh.
When you're in the middle of a hurricane, you don't get to stop and look around and realize, am I being real? Am I being...
Am I being real? That kind of calls back to me saying this, the way this video is put together is very generic, like the Jake Paul, Tana Mongoose. I call her Mongoose, I'm not gonna call her Mongoose, because whatever, she's a joke. It's that generic fakeness that you get from those people and the way they talk.
Me.
I am Sophie, which is the channel, and obviously she's talking now about there's her clothing line that's supposed to be coming out. This is, like I said, partially a commercial for that, or some kind of brand publicized ad. I don't know how you want to call it. I'm not a fashion person. So it starts with that, and then she starts doing these vlogs, and that's where things start getting kind of weird. But this is the initial video that Leon Lush looked at and was sent back in February. I think it was February when he was brought up. I think so. It was in February. And at that time, he said the same thing that I'm saying. She looks very bougie. She looks very fake. It's like the normal bougie girl. And you kind of see that as well in her Instagram. I'll pull that up for a second. And you'll see a lot of the stuff that you already saw before. Obviously, a picture of herself that you see in that video. The Royal Exchange. A lot of these posts on here are reflected or mirrored in the Twitter as well. And at first, it just looks like a typical bougie girl. You wouldn't think that this is something more nefarious than what you're seeing on the surface. And a lot of these are in the beginning, like this one's February 8th. The last one was February 6th. Picture of her house. More pictures of her house. A lot of this is the stuff that you already see in that video. Like photo shoots and all of that. And it's just kind of... You wouldn't guess anything was wrong looking at this at all. You would just go, oh, this is just one fake person. There's nothing whatever to worry about. Let's go troll her. What is this? I guess this is a video of something. I'm not sure. Maybe she's on the beach. Walking to a... Kind of weird. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. More pictures from that same photo shoot. Hollywood sign. Food, like a typical Instagrammer. A Mustang GT, I think. Her drinking champagne. Vlog dropping. Which was on the video we saw. And then things start getting kind of odd. Like, again, you'll see a lot of the same stuff on the Twitter that you would see in that Instagram. Except for, like, she likes to retweet stuff from, like, Kylie Jenner. Anything that's really luxurious. And then on the 20th is when she actually drops that first video. And let's go ahead and take a look at that. I'm gonna kind of put it on 2x speed because it's kind of long. It's really more of her being bougie. I'll put the subtitles on just for shits and giggles. I only 1.75 speed because it's kind of long, and I'm not gonna put you guys through that if I don't have to. That's her house. It allegedly, Devend, it's allegedly her house, but keep in mind this is an alternate reality game, so it looks real, but it isn't. I'm gonna go over what it kind of is inspired by later on, but it's not Paris Hilton. That this is inspired by another YouTuber that did a 2-part series on this. Went over that more. Yeah, it's kind of you call it a game because it's interactive. It's usually on social media or like YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. You'll see a lot of this stuff being put out, and it's put out in a way that is supposed to make you think that this is real, this is really happening. I did another one as the second and third streams in the Halls of Horror, and that was for what was it, Light Vanishes? And it was all done on Twitter for the most part, where there was videos done, this is acted out, and you are, unless you are really paying attention, you are going to be convinced that it's real. So I'm going to go ahead and start this vlog thing at 1.75 speed.
I've never actually uploaded a vlog before, and thought, so why not show people what it's like to be me?
That's typical, right? Like you saw before.
Young, popular, talented.
Yeah, we've seen this. We saw the trailer. Let's skip that. I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna deal with that. Alright. This is where it starts out. Yeah, the sun vanished. That's what I did a stream on.
I've never actually...
If you want to look at how my take on it and my former co-host's take on it, go back to episodes 2 and 3. We did The Sun Vanished. That's the one I'm talking about. I just completely forgot what that actual name is.
We uploaded a vlog before, but my good friend Ben has been making videos for like ever, and they are...
Okay, Ben is somebody you want to kind of keep in mind. There isn't a lot of characters that you have to track, but just keep in mind the names for these people. Especially because Ben apparently is the name of the person that sent the initial video to Leon Lush and said, hey, you should review this. So we're not sure necessarily if it's this Ben, but that's what's speculated. And that's what makes the most sense. And apparently, this Ben person, not sure if it's this one or not again, that was never confirmed or denied, sent this to multiple different commentary YouTubers so that it got traction. Because obviously that's what happens, is when you get these kind of things and they review it, people start looking into this stuff and you get more traction on your YouTube channels.
Absolute fire. And thought, just why not show people what it's like to be me? First and foremost, I would consider myself a businesswoman. I'm really smart in business. I'm also a model, because, you know, there's like...
Question. If you're this rich, why wouldn't you get that cyst or mole or whatever it is on top of your lip removed? Because it looks really stupid and I keep staring at it. I'm sorry, that's kind of vain and mean, but that's what I'm looking at.
Hella Insta vibes there, and the full clothes are sick. Oh no, she's uploaded it. That's so tragic. Well, I just want to show you guys what it's like to be me, living this hectic lifestyle as a millennial. Hey guys, so this is what I live.
Mavericks, woo! Apparently this is her house.
Super big and stuff, but I don't know, like, you'll see inside, like, it's super old-fashioned. But yeah, I guess I'm, like, super lucky about all the space and stuff. Dad always gets offended. It's like, it's a whole lot of mansion, so... This is the library. There's, like, so many super old books from all of our ancestors and things, so...
There are so many super old books. You're really smart, ain't ya? And I really like the, this girl is probably not actually this persona. It's probably, it's acting, but looking at her makes me think I'm looking at, like, a drowned rat with the hair. Like, I hate that kind of slick back hair look. It never looks good to me. It just looks really greasy and gross. That's just my take.
My vibe, but Cicero and Homery, watch a film on my iPad.
Homery?
Vogue or Cosmopolitan, and, like, don't have to use my hands. So, this is one of the living rooms, but it's more like the entertainment living room. Dad will, like, have his friends round and someone will be playing piano. A really nice, like, fireplace, and I just love, like, hanging out here when it's cold with a cup of pucker tea. Just bring a boy here and, like, cuddle. It's, like, super romantic. This is one of my favourite parts of the house. It's the conservatory. Oh, look at these plants.
It's super romantic with the boy. She sounds so dumb. It's not a beauty mark. It's like a cyst or a mole on her top of her lip. That's not a beauty mark. Something you want to get removed. I mean, I have one underneath my nose on my right nostril, but it's not that noticeable, I don't think. I should get it removed eventually, but I'm not rich, so.
It's so dope. It's, like, super wholesome and, like, country living vibes. So here's the garden. Like, Dad is, like, super proud of the garden. Even though he doesn't do it, it's great for sunbathing. So, like,
he's super proud of the garden even though he doesn't do it. What? Okay, whatever.
Yourself and stuff, like, just makes me, like, super chill and, like, meditative. Just looking at plants and grass and, like, pigeons.
And, like, pigeons. I love how it points out it was I'm Sophie limo or Lambo private jet, like, pointing to it. Whatever. Fuck off.
So here we have our cream leather seats. It's from a cow, and their skin is meant to be a lot softer, so it's really comfortable. I told Dad to go for black, but he pays, he decides. This is my dad. He literally grew up.
That's the only picture you see of the dad. They don't give any name. I don't think anybody's found who that guy is, necessarily. But that's apparently her billionaire dad.
$1 million empire from nothing, like, literally nothing. I don't know how we did it. We also have two TVs. They're a bit small, but yeah, it's a bit... I'll show you the windows now. It's like a complete blackout, so when we're on a long flight, then at least I can get to sleep. Oh, they're a bit stiff. Oh, get Dad to fix that. My mum is fit, like, she is literally on fire. That's my mum. Don't be a pervert.
Apparently that's the mom behind the camera, but I don't think they ever show the mom. I don't think they do, as far as I'm aware.
She was a supermodel back in the days. I really appreciate learning that from her. Oh, the seatbelts. So these seatbelts are super duper strong. I know loads of people think private jets aren't safe, so I made sure we had, like, really good security and stuff in here. It's like literally impossible to... So,
I don't know where she gets the seatbelt buckles that private jets aren't safe. I've been in multiple of them and none of them have been that bad. They've looked a lot like this. A lot of them are very similar, but it's not... You could tell that it's very well made and it's definitely made with safety in mind. So I don't know where she got that thought.
fall out of them. They like clip in so well. Like, I'm not going anywhere.
I'm supposed to be tough. Oh, come on, girl. I'm glad I'm doing this at 1.75 because this would kill me otherwise. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna turn it on 2. She can be a chipmunk. I don't give a shit.
I feel like if you're powerful in your body, then you can be powerful in anything. If you throw a good punch, you throw a good punch at life. Now I like to
Girl, you're using pink boxing gloves and a Nike top and a Nike, like, jeggings. You're not gonna be that tough. Come on now. Don't even.
introduce you to my personal trainer, Lewis. He's like super dope at everything he does, like boxing, rowing, like you do it all. So yeah, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I've been a boxing trainer now for about 2 years. My youngest 95, my oldest 972. Teaches all fitness levels, all disabilities.
Tell them about celebrities.
I can't really talk about that, unfortunately, it's confidential.
You teach those celebrities, so I was being honest.
Yeah, okay, so I work in 3 other gyms as well as go around primary schools and teach it to youngsters and instead of physical
How do you find it training?
I don't think we see this guy again later, as far as I know in my research, but, yeah, again, there's not a lot of characters that pop up in here.
It's going quite well. There's a couple of feedback points we can work on, like maybe the pad's a little bit too hard, your head's up a little bit. You know, it's a work in progress. We'll get there.
Yeah, so yeah, it's going really well basically is what we're trying to say. But I can't keep my chin down all the time because the cameras can't see.
Okay, well, it's important that you do keep your head down. Okay, you've got to keep your hands up and protect yourself. Okay.
Guys, I don't know if you heard that, but protecting yourself is the most important thing in boxing. Yeah, you may be looking super piff and stuff, but you've got to hide your face at all times.
Hands up. You're going to need 2 big hooks. Stop. Good. Now put a jab on it, and then 2 hooks. Ready? Step forward.
Like you said, you don't always have to throw a punch, but just so everyone knows, I can throw a punch. Like if anyone does come at me, I'm not an aggressive person at all, but I can be if I want to be. So what's like
If anybody comes at me, I can throw a punch. Whatever.
a shot I can do that's like the most like cool looking?
Okay, so one of the most devastating punches in boxing is going to be a liver shot.
I
Okay.
think livers are a bit too gross. Something a bit more like
Okay.
like
Okay, so something for the head, then we can target the neck area. Okay, so we aim behind the ear when you box. Okay, we're not aiming for the jaw, we're aiming around the back.
it's
So
like a good swing.
it's a really good swing. It's not how punch, you send the head that way and head the other, and you
Cool.
can fall.
Okay, show me how to do that.
I have a feeling that the song
Remember to
otherwise
like and
is really
subscribe if you enjoyed.
stupid.
Follow my gram, check me out. We've got some really exciting things coming up. Peace and love.
Hey guys.
Okay. Peace and love. And not long after this, I think she drops her clothing line. Let me look at the... Yep, she drops her collection on the 23rd. What's really weird is that you notice this is at 10:03 a.m. on the 13th of February. And then 20 minutes later, it's completely sold out. And this is the website. You can see everything is indeed sold out. But even more so, like, you could tell this chick is bougie. Oh, you can tell this chick is bougie because, like, an $84 t-shirt, a $94 another $94 t-shirt that's apparently premium, and then a hoodie that's $144. No. I think I'll pass on that. And it makes me wonder what exactly she was thinking when she did this. Probably just being bougie and thinking, oh, it's my first clothing line. I'm gonna make so much money off of this. Ha. Whatever. And the second vlog is dropped not too long after that, 27th. And it's just... At first, it doesn't seem, again, be anything big, but it's this vlog that starts making you wonder. Actually, before that... Is this the other vlog? Yeah, this is the other vlog, I guess. Rich girl lives on $10 for a day.
It's not £10, is it?
Yeah, right. Or 10 pounds. I'm sorry. I'm American. I don't give a shit about pounds.
I am Sophie.
The same bullshit.
Ben, don't film me now. I've got eye bogies. Hey guys, welcome back to my
Yeah,
channel.
that's cringe.
Today is going to be an interesting day because we are doing a money challenge. For the whole day, I
Money
have this
challenge.
£10 note.
Yeah, right. Your bougie ass is not going to be able to deal with... Your bougie ass is not going to be able to deal with $10 in a day. Like, no, there's no fucking way.
No, it'll be fine. Like £10 is a lot of money. It's like 10,000 pennies. But today is also
10,000 pennies.
YRP. Yeah, I just think it's like really versatile stuff and it goes in everything. But the most important thing about the label is like what it stands for. Like a lot of fashion brands sort of forget about that. They just like care about the clothes, but I care about the message behind the clothes. We're going to this really
but it's sold out. You can't
like,
get it.
Hella bougie and kind of tight. We've got this really hot male model, so that'll be interesting for me. Let's go check it out. So this is Plum. She's basically one of my oldest friends.
Plum is one of the other characters that you want to keep in mind. There's really not a whole lot of them, but this is her quote-unquote best friend, and you'll see her a couple of times, but this is where she's first introduced.
So dope. Okay. This design's like simplistic, yet effective kind of stuff. Like remember that plain white t-shirt that you designed, and that could just like go with anything?
Yeah, I mean, it's true, like, the stuff is good. The inspiration just comes a lot from spirituality. I think everyone has colour, and you just like look at a person like Plum, your colour is orange.
Her inspiration comes from spirituality? Huh? What?
Yeah.
Even if you weren't wearing orange, you just see orange. We've got a lot of pinks in my collection because my colour is just pink. How do I juggle being a business?
Obviously, it's pink.
I mean, it's not easy. It really isn't. It's kind of like having two sides of my brain. Like one side is like, how much money should I spend for this? Doing contracts and shit like that. But then the creative side like comes really naturally to me because my dad's a businessman and my mum was like a model. That I've got like those genes in me. It's a perfect match. They just work together. It just sort of happens.
Yeah, you probably already spent that 10 pounds on gas just doing this.
I can't really provide many tips. Like you've either got it or you haven't. Sorry. So this is our studio for today. We're meant to get a big one, but my manager booked this in sort of room, so.
This is the photo shoot for her brand or her line, whatever.
You gonna ask me to do this one?
Fake deep. I'm so deep.
Running around in front of this.
Bullshit.
It's about how you express yourself, not who you are, that really matters. So this is Edward, and he's a model, as you can see. He's gonna be working with me today, modelling some of the clothes for my brand. And it's really unisex, like, yeah, just about who you are really. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. So say hi, Edward. So what we're gonna do today is shoot a bunch of dope.
I'm gonna skip because she obviously fails it, and you know there's her friend. It's Plum again, but things start getting kind of weird. And what really makes you think that this is actually planned is she does a response to Leon on the 1st of March, and this is where things get kind of weird. She starts it off with
Hey, Sophie,
the most generic response.
Something that has been bothering me quite a lot. A lot of people have said that I have got hella lots of money and can't talk about normal things.
You know, being mega rich is probably awesome for a lot of reasons, but it's tough, I think, for a lot of people, especially when they grow up that way. Because
there you go, Leon Lesh on the 29th.
Being mega rich like that becomes their entire identity.
And I just want to say that I have never.
I would think that that's definitely a good observation at first, but clearly you can tell by the way she responds that this was planned out, the response.
Let money change who I am as a person. I've never let money affect any of my decisions. I think I've done that, but it's so important for me that you guys feel seen. So today we are going to be doing a side-by-side comparison. First, we're going to be doing a night out at this like super cheap and super normal place. Gonna bring Plum along because like that's totally her vibe. And then we're going to do a night out at this gorgeous place where we get it all the time. It's amazing. But the point is, I am the same everywhere. I can still have the same amount of fun. I still chat the same chat. I still look hella bougie in both places. Like.
This is supposed to be convincing. I'm not convinced. I'm gonna go to this hella cheap place, which is totally Plum's vibe, and I'm still gonna be hella bougie. I still act the same, yada yada yada, whatever.
It doesn't matter where you are. It matters who you are deep down. So let's
okay, whatever. That's her response.
In the house. So today
she's at the cheap place. She tells us what she's wearing, yada yada. Things get weird. Right around. This is where shit gets weird, and you realize there's something deeper than this. Some chick is in her random chick is at her webcam at the end of her video. Remember that. Because she's going to address that in the next one. My number one crazy fan. And shit really gets weird here. So she explains that... She basically explains that this is her... Is a fan, a super fan of hers. And... when that last video was released, oh god, my click game was fantastic. My pause game is great. She says she doesn't know how that got there. She has no idea how this particular webcam was put into her video because she didn't do it and she didn't film it. So she ends up saying that this girl reaches out to her when she sees it and goes, "Oh my god, I'm your biggest fan. That's me. I don't know how I got there, but this is my house. You know, this is actually me." And she ends up inviting her to her house. And she goes with Plum to her house. Or to look to this girl's house. And her name is Laura, apparently. There's one more person that needs to get introduced, and this is her manager. This is another character you want to keep an eye out on that you might see later. And it gets really weird how some of this comes together. But again, she plugs her merch. This is Laura's house.
Yes, queen, looking fierce. Come in. I didn't know you were gonna be early. I would have gotten more ready. I'm so prepared.
That's not awkward at all. Yes, queen, fierce. As soon as you come in, look at that weird skirt. She looks weird. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. Funny. Come in. Hey guys, so now we're here with Laura in her living room. Basically,
Yeah, that's her. You could tell. Very much her.
she doesn't know why her webcam footage got into my YouTube videos. So we've got this guy Mark coming, who's like
That's another one keep an eye on. Mark, the computer guy.
a computer genius to sort it all out. But in the meantime, because he's running late, we thought we would do a little house tour. Yeah. So MTV Cribs up in this place. Yes. Queen.
Yeah, oh my god, cringe.
Oh,
She walks around with her, and it kind of gets weird because, that room is closed. Everything else is open. She starts, they see this weird, like, toy that she thinks is a camera. When it gets really weird is here.
Yeah. We go upstairs and investigate that.
Moving on is back up. Detective, let's breach.
You know, I've got like some really high lemonade downstairs I made for you guys. Do you not want to try it?
Elementary, my dear Watson. Back me up.
No. Keys downstairs. We just go downstairs. Okay.
Calm down, yeah?
Okay.
That's kind of weird. She goes from very, very peppy, and then all of a sudden when there's this one door they want to look at that she says is locked, she's insistent upon them staying away from the door and not going in. Weird.
So we didn't find any clues in there, but that doesn't mean there's no clues to be found.
And they go back downstairs. More weird shit goes down.
Oh, I know.
There's all this cat food stuff everywhere. But listen to her response.
Yeah, you guys want to like come chill?
Let me slow that down. She asks if she has a cat. No, she doesn't have a cat.
Come chill.
And she has no idea why there's no cat there. Again, very fucking weird. On every level, weird. So
now I'm here with Mark.
Mark shows up.
For computers. Like, we went to
Awkward
some stuff
dude,
that's, like,
clearly.
If the animal was matched up again in a whole hide event.
It starts talking about some weird stuff. And then this starts getting weird again with this noise.
I don't get it. There's nothing. Oh, hey, maybe we could do like this kind of like brunch thing.
That stuff upstairs, like somebody's running around upstairs. I can see you, Sophie.
This is ridiculous, Sophie. I don't know what we're doing here. What are we gonna do? Just not come?
Oh, okay, great, yeah. So what we've got is about 3 hours of footage of some weirdo fan's house. That is exactly what the people want to see. This is a waste of time.
Her manager being like, oh, we need to get the hell out of there. Obviously, there's this weird, creepy room they don't know about.
We need to go. Who is upstairs? Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna go up and find out. No, Sophie, I have more ideas. We can do like a makeup thing.
Oh.
No, get off me.
Plum goes upstairs. She freaks out again. Laura freaks out again.
Oh my god, but it could be like sequins and all that stuff. Like, no. And now.
This gets weird again.
No, please, only. No, sit back down. You need to back off right now. I'm telling you to stop filming us. No, please, Sophie, back.
So she literally leaves and doesn't take her friend with her. Like, Plum isn't with her when they leave. She goes upstairs and she doesn't show up again. What kind of person would do that? She literally just left her quote-unquote best friend at this creepy girl's house with her screaming, like, don't leave, I love you. There's something very wrong with that girl's mannerisms. Laura's mannerisms are fucking weird and they're fucking creepy.
So at this point, guys, this girl was literally screaming her head off, and it was like, we thought that it was probably a good time to go home. Yeah, so we've blocked her off all of the comments.
They just left her there.
Crazy, and like, I don't really need like people like harshing my vibe and stuff. I just think I really need to stay positive for you all. So yeah, she's like really giving me the creeps. Did Plum go home? She didn't say bye. It's pretty basic. Okay.
She can't even remember that she left Plum there. She's like, did Plum go home? She didn't say bye. No, bitch. She went upstairs when shit was going down, and you and your manager and Mark bounced.
Hey, can we check the doors are double locked? Like, did you double check them?
Yeah.
You sure?
Very rude.
So, it's been a pretty hectic day. I'm not really sure what to...
That's pretty much it for that video, but this is literally where shit starts getting fucking weird. Very fucking weird. That was posted on in beginning of March. She's still acting normal up until that point. Everything is pretty normal, and then stuff gets weird again. On the 18th. This is posted on her channel. Or on her Twitter. What is that? Like, what the fuck is that? That's creepy. That's the first weird thing that shows up. And then the day after, there's a weird don't trust anyone. Update, this is not Ben, this is not Mark. Ben is gone, don't trust anyone. Things get weird. This is the turning point of everything, and that starts with this particular video. Everything gets really fucking weird, and this is when you know something's wrong. Really wrong.
So sorry this video is a bit late. Yeah, we've just literally been running around doing so much dope stuff, like...
So much dope stuff.
That, we couldn't really...
There's something wrong. She's... there's something she's hearing something running around her house. She disappears, and then this goes down, and shit just goes to hell. Like, you see movement in the left here. Someone picks up the camera. She comes back.
Feeling your true self on the outside as well as on the inside.
She's not feeling good. She's freaked out.
Actually, going to be a makeup tutorial.
She's trying to get... She keeps talking and she's trying to get through this video and try to act like nothing's wrong, but you can clearly tell in her face that there's something very wrong going on.
So yeah, let's head over to my my magic throne, and yeah, I'll teach you all my Sophie tips and tricks.
So this is her room. She goes up to her room and it's completely trashed. It says cunt on here in some kind of red liquid. We don't know what it is necessarily. Betting this is a Truman Show thing. Yeah, you should get your popcorn. Things get really fucking weird from this point out. With lipstick, baby? I can't tell.
So guys, today we are going to be...
She tried again. Obviously, she's like, oh, I'm gonna try and push this off. There's nothing wrong. Blah 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 blah. Fake smiles, fake happy. But there's something very wrong, and she's scared. You could tell she's terrified.
Funky headbands. Now, let's look in this old cupboard and see what junk we can find. Oh, what is this? Okay. And start making.
things get weird again.
So,
That flickering happens again.
we are just going to cut a nice long strip.
She's really trying, really trying to get through this.
Fold it over like so.
But she's freaked. Something starts moving around outside. She goes out to look for it, and then shit really gets weird. Like, doesn't make sense. She goes walking into a room, and then there's Mark, the computer guy, and he's covered in blood. He's got blood all. Look at his hands. Look at his chest.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Who's supposed to have
I'm here now, and that's what matters. Isn't it, Sophie?
I'm gonna slow this down so you can hear what he's saying right now, because it's kind of, you really want to hear what he's saying here. She's like, "What are you doing here?" He doesn't know.
Isn't it, Sophie? You want me to see you, don't you? Oh, God, it's like,
Obviously that's gross.
it's like there's a worm in here. It's like
Very gross. There's a worm in his head, and it gets fat.
And it gorges on your thoughts. Distends its stomach. And that's its feed, its pulp.
Yes, it shows a lot of this really gross maggot footage.
Until you're just a worm.
He's basically saying it eats and eats until you're just a worm. There's no good reason for that, Mike, but he's covered in blood. He's fucked up.
Laying eggs.
She starts running around here. Yeah, right? She starts running around. There's this weird guy that's with Mark, and they pop up in every room that she goes to at this point. There again is the man again. He's out, and somehow she ends up in this dark room that you saw in that Laura footage, where it had the chair, and it's just this really weird footage.
Sophie, shut the fuck up.
You want to guess who that is? I'm pretty sure you can guess who that is.
Sophie, please just stay really quiet, okay? Just stay really quiet.
Girl's gone.
Sophie, just
And she's pushed to the ground. That's Plum. That's Plum. The girl she left is in that room. She's covered in blood. She's freaked out. And it looks like she's in some kind of like trash bag. She went upstairs. And something happened. You're fucked. You think it's weird now, it gets it gets weirder and it gets worse. If you're eating something, I would pause. Because what's gonna show is kind of graphic. Not as graphic as some of the other stuff they play, but it can be kind of graphic. Hey, what's up, Conv? Just showing some creepy shit. Mark shows up again, and he's even more covered in blood. Like, he's drowning and he's drenched in blood. Like, completely drenched in blood. Neck snapped. Absolutely snapped her neck right in front of Sophie. She's dead. She's gone. Mark killed her. And it's just a bunch of, like, flickering. You don't know necessarily what's going on. You're just seeing flickering of everything that's going on. I will try and keep my pause game up, but I can't guarantee anything. There's just weird shit that goes on. I don't know where Mark went to. But apparently she's trying to go downstairs. And they're apparently in Laura's house. It's dark. They're freaked out. I have no idea who's holding the camera. It might be Ben. I don't know. Easy rip. Easy, no problem. No. Door is locked. And it looks like it's glued shut. So there's no way she's getting away from that. No way whatsoever. The fuck right. Fuck is right. .5, so we can get past this stuff. There's that room with the chair, the dark room with the chair that's kind of tilted. So now we're definitely seeing that she is in this particular room that we saw in the vlog with Laura. She's gone. He turns back and she's gone.
Sophie.
There she is again. She disappeared, and then when he turned around again, she's tied up, gagged on that chair. Some meta Slender Man shit going on. And it's terrifying. And then there's Mark. Again. Something's very wrong. Blood everywhere. Looks like cameraman is dead. Her face, she's terrified. I'm terrified. And I've already looked at this stuff. But Mark pops up out of nowhere, kills the camera guy. And she's still here. He grabs the camera, so he's filming at this point, it looks like. There's Mark. There's something very wrong in Zombie-like. Just look at how gross he is. It's fucking freaky. Now, who's that? Who's that? That's Laura. She's making out with Mark. She's in the same outfit with the same makeup and her hair the same exact way Sophie's was in that initial video. Very, very wrong. And then you see... Oop. I hit a button and it fucked things up. And you see this flickering of that guy in the suit. And that's it for that video. So stuff gets really fucking weird. It looks like Laura and Mark were in on it. And now shit gets really weird. That channel comes up again. That initial video, that teaser, shows up again. But tell me what you notice. That's not Sophie.
Young, popular, talented. I'm your friend.
And everything is backwards. Notice everything is
Now, you may
backwards.
think
It's
that my life is
mirrored.
pretty easy. All these crazy things. Private jets, fast cars, beautiful friends. Maybe not. Am I happy?
Am I happy? And then there's flickering footage of Sophie. And then there's flickering footage of Mark. And then there's flickering footage of Laura. And then there's flickering footage of Mark. And then there's flickering footage of Sophie. And then there's flickering footage of Mark. And then there's flickering footage of Sophie. And then there's flickering footage of Mark. And then there's flickering footage of Sophie. And then there's flickering footage of Mark. And then there's flickering footage of Sophie. And then there's flickering footage of Mark. And then there's flickering footage of Sophie. And then there's flickering footage of Mark. And then there's flickering footage of Sophie. And then there's flickering footage of Mark. And then there's flickering footage of Sophie. And then there's flickering footage of Mark. And then there's flickering footage of Sophie. And then there's flickering footage of Mark. And then there's flickering footage of Sophie. And then there's flickering footage of in between stuff.
Time to just stop in the middle of a hurricane, look around and realise, am I being real?
Something's very, very wrong. Sophie's in a body bag. That's a body bag.
Me?
All we know, Sophie's dead, and then this guy shows up. This is also the guy you see is the, in that picture here. What else happens in this time? Like, even in here, around that time, you start seeing these kind of pictures. You see him pop up. You see Laura in this outfit that she's basically taken on the persona of Sophie is what it looks like. Now notice something that's very different when this starts coming up here. This is when you hover over these pictures. It's the same images we were seeing in that last video. What also comes up that makes this very interesting, that's all Sophie. You go to the About page on the shop. And this wasn't covered in the actual picture that I did. Look at that. It shows that. Let's show that again. It shows Sophie, and then I hover over it. It shows that picture and Laura. It's this picture, but she's covered in blood. Yeah. Things really start changing at this point. Really start changing. Let's bring this up. That's around the time where it says, they're gone, don't trust anybody. And then this comes up. It's this weird video of the timeline. Very short clip, but it's like somebody's taken over the account. And then there's some talk about a disc. Now, that stuff starts showing up here as well. You get the same too. I've never seen anything like this. This is the alternate reality game I Am Sophie. It's debated whether or not it's done or it's completed, but there's still more stuff to go over. And I think some of it may have gotten deleted. Some of it get deleted? No, it's still there. So if I'm not mistaken, and again, welcome Firefly. We get these videos. You see he shows it's that guy, and you see he shows a disc. This is the disc I'm talking about. Vlogs. There are 12 different vlogs on this CD for some reason. And we're apparently going to be seeing these. Notice this. Laura apparently had a channel. And her first video went up on June 2nd, 2019, last year. You're going to notice something very different about her than you did when you first met her. It's really weird.
Hey guys, so this is my...
I'm going to stop. I'm going to put this at normal speed so you could see the difference. Look at how different she is. She looks like a normal person, and her mannerisms are completely different. She seems extremely genuine, which is not the person that you saw when you first met Laura in those early videos.
My first vlog of my new YouTube channel. I kind of wanted to create this because
she's gorgeous.
I'm really into beauty and fashion and makeup and stuff. So yeah, I think just a whole lot of this channel is going to be that.
She's very genuine, and it makes things so polarizing when you think back to that initial meeting of her with her hair was back, weird makeup on, those glasses. Yes, queen, work. That overly boisterous fake personality juxtaposed against this.
Also kind of wanted to address what it's actually like.
And this video is basically her talking about herself. Now, he completes this vlog and then goes to the very last one. Notice the difference between her in that first vlog and her here.
So my name is... Hey guys,
this one's on the 13th.
From school.
Around the time that I Am Sophie started
What is up, everyone?
doing her stuff. She's faking her happiness. She's very
Guys,
unhappy.
It's Lara here, that girl from school. So part of my BTEC...
And in this video, I'm not going to show all of it because it's going to take forever to go through everything. But she basically, instead of talking about what she wants to do, she starts talking about Fortnite gaming.
My reaction video for the new Fortnite. Cool. And then we just begin...
He's skipping through it.
Cool. And then we just begin my reaction video for...
And you can tell she's not happy. She doesn't want to talk about this at all. She hates this.
Okay, so I think it's looking pretty good. Sorry guys.
She talks about the generic stuff about the Fortnite.
Let me know what you think, what you'd like to see next, and hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Bye.
So now we've seen three different Laura personalities. We saw the initial Laura that was extremely fake, really, really weird, overly attached. Then you see the ridge, like this Laura from back in 2019, most genuine. She's so sweet. You could tell like she loves what she's talking about. And then cut to, what is it, 7 months later, and she hates what she does. You can see it all over her face. She's not happy. She's talking about stuff that she absolutely doesn't love, but it's popular, so it's gonna get views. Hopefully. That's those two first vlogs that get shown. More gets shown later. Laura 2 is the one that's really interesting. Shit gets by interesting, I mean really fucking weird. We're pretty much halfway there at this point. Pops to vlog 9. That's Laura in a room. This was apparently posted on November 10th, 2019. She's playing on her phone, in the mirror, in a dark room. It's like she's stuck on her phone.
Laura, are you coming down?
Yeah, one sec.
Laura, are you coming out? That sounds like her dad. She's like, I don't want to come out of my room. Comes out of leaves the room. And there's flickering stuff. That weird face guy shows up again. And he goes to the next vlog, which is the second vlog. Everything is in weird order. So this was put out the same month as that first one on her channel.
Much for watching my last video. Obviously it didn't get like that many views, but you know that's fine because it's more about what.
Notice that first thing she says is, it didn't get very many views, but whatever.
The person has to say rather than the numbers. So this video I kind of wanted to do more of a Magicka-based Skyrim video, and then this happened. Basically I kind of just wanted to do one of those videos where you can see me playing whilst also the video game plays out, if that makes sense, except without having to use.
So she's talking to somebody about doing a stream.
OBS because I don't.
So if you just go ahead and try to sync that up, then in post, I'll give you a hand that later on, if that's alright.
Yeah, so that.
And her friends are telling her, you shouldn't be doing this, it's not worth anything, just get off of it. Fuck all of it.
that was a disaster. But if that is something that you would like to see, then do let me know in the comment section, and yeah, maybe I can get that organised for the next video.
And she just does a typical makeup video.
Super precise.
Notice that that's the same kind of makeup that was used. That's the same makeup that was used for both Sophie and when that weird Laura takes over that Sophie persona. Really weird.
It's gonna be hard. And I kind of just like frame the face with some blush and contour.
It's the
and
same.
You can kind of do
exact
young,
same.
rich and powerful. Sounds like something we all need to be playing. Just got an email.
This gets weird.
It's just really versatile. Like, you can do anything.
This is where shit gets really weird again.
Any outfit with it. It's just I kind of use this to like take selfies or something. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. In my next videos, hang on.
She gets an email.
An email here from a viewer. That's awesome. Weird timing. Thanks for watching, anonymous emailer. Looks like a playthrough request of some kind of game. Cool. I might check that out for the next video then. It's the guide to being young, rich, and powerful.
Gets a game request from somebody that says, you should play this game. It's called The Guide to Being Young, Rich, and Powerful. Where have we seen that before?
Sounds like something we all need to be playing. Cool. Right, anyway, thank you so much. Yeah, hope to catch you again.
She closes it out, but now we are getting on track of her... weird. And she does a live stream. And this is vlog 3. She's live streaming something in the dark room.
For watching my next video. I'm really sorry it's taking
And it's
so long between
the gameplay
videos.
of
Things have
that
kind of been
particular
tough with
game
work.
that she just got.
Not to get like too into it. I think just like without having a car.
I'm gonna skip through and get to the part where she starts playing the game. Okay.
Young, popular.
I am Sophie, young, popular, talented.
I'm a friend.
A friend.
Something keeps glitching. Oh my god.
I have a daughter.
Don't know why that keeps.
A sister.
You just
What?
open on the- There might look like a bit of
What? Notice this is the same exact lines that were said in the very beginning in that first trailer. This is the exact same stuff, and you're seeing flickers of Sophie hurt, tortured in the background. It's something she notices it too. It's very wrong.
But this-
She's freaked
something
out,
keeps
you could
glitching.
tell.
All these crazy things. Private jets, fast cars, beautiful friends. This doesn't- They made me think. Am I happy?
Am I happy?
Oh, when you're in the middle of a hurricane, you don't get to stop and look around and realise. It's like a girl in the background or something. Am I being real? Am I being... I feel nervous. Me. Okay, that's clearly just like a girl flashing again on the back there. Okay, super.
And then it starts up. I'm Sophie. Is that really cringe? Should I do that again? It's the same exact lines that you get from both her very first trailer video and the first vlog. It's the same stuff.
I'm Sophie. Is that really cringe? Should I do that again? I've never actually uploaded a vlog before, but my good friends
Same
have been
thing.
making videos for like ever, and they're absolute fire. And a little person's walking down. It must be Sophie. Don't know if I can move that there.
That's
My thought is, why
Ben.
not show people what it's like to be me? Okay, so that must be Ben.
It's
First and foremost, I would consider myself a businesswoman.
freaky. It's freaky that it's the same. She's
model
playing
things,
this
you know,
game
it's like how
before
it's
these
about
are
that and
even
it's
made, and it's the same exact lines.
Looks at phone and sees a picture of a decapitated horse. She's uploaded it, that's it.
There was a part in one of those vlogs where she says she uploaded it.
Looks at phone and sees
Looks at phone and sees a picture of a decapitated horse. She's uploaded it. That's so tragic. Wow. That's the same comment that Sophie made in one of her earlier vlogs. It's very, very much the same. It's beat by beat the same stuff, but some weird shit added.
It's really weird. Oh, it says, oh no. Decapitated horse. Horrible. I just want to show you guys what it's like to be me, living this hectic lifestyle as a millennial.
Fuck millennials. Oh my god.
Hey guys, so this is where I live. It's super big and stuff, but I don't know.
She's showing the house.
But
Again.
also see inside, like, it's super old-fashioned, but yeah, I guess I'm, like, super, super lucky about all the space and stuff. There's a lot of light in there. Okay, now I'm getting the house. Can I get in?
It's like this weird indie unfinished game.
You don't want to go there. Inside.
You don't want to go there. And then it flashes decapitated horse. What's happening?
Where am I gonna go? This is the library. There's like so many super old books from all of our ancestors and things, so it's like not really my vibe, but dot dot dot. Okay, so let's look around this room. Ben's just following. There are so many old books on the shelves. Cicero and Homer. You read a passage. Okay. Verily, she hath 12 feet all dangling down, and 6 necks exceeding long.
This is very telling. Verily, she hath 12 feet all dangling down, and 6 necks exceeding long, and on each a hideous head, and therein 3 rows of teeth set thick and close, full of black death.
And therein 3 rows of teeth set thick and close, full of black death. Heavy. Oh, music stopped. It's just like pulsing. Somehow creepier. It's really weird. I can like read Vogue Cosmopolitan and like don't have.
Her face becomes exceedingly more disturbed the more things go down in this game. Bye, Firefly. Have a good night, sleep well. But it's the same stuff with little bits put into it that's really fucking gross and very just disturbing.
I have to use my hands, so what does that mean? It's a piano. Falling? No.
You're in a piano room, like she was earlier, playing the piano.
But it's more like the entertainment living room. Dad will have his friends around and someone will be playing the piano. Sounds nice. I just want to get away from that. Sorry, it's a sound. It's freaking me out. I'm gonna turn that down, that's freaking me out.
Y'all hear that? That was a jump scare. There's like a scream, and now there's 2 Sophies. What is happening? What is happening?
This is a really nice like fireplace, and I just love hanging out here when it's cold with a cup of cookie tea. Just bring a boy here and like cuddle. It's like super romantic. Okay. Why not? 15 boys. The fireplace is filled with wet and rotting wood, blackened by fires that have not burned in decades. Okay, that's weird.
That's definitely not
That's amazing.
in
This is one of my
there.
favorite parts of the house. This is the conservatory. Oh, look at these plants. So dope. Cool. Nice conservatory, Sophie. I'm just gonna go on.
Again, it's the same exact
The
stuff.
flowers smell like rancid meat and stomach acid.
The flowers smell like rancid meat and stomach acid.
That's
Gross.
horrible. It's something glitched again. I don't know what it was. It's like super wholesome and like country living vibes. Okay. So here's the garden. Like my dad is like super proud of the garden, even though he doesn't do it. It's great for sunbathing. Just wanna like go around this garden bit. Nature like really makes you feel at one with yourself and stuff. Like it just makes me like super chill and like meditative. Just looking at plants and grass and like.
She turns red. I don't know why that is, but super chill and meditative, just looking at the plants and grass like dead pigeons. Again, weird
Oh, so it's changed outfit.
inserts.
Is it jet?
She changed her clothes. She's at the jet. Lambo. Private jet.
So here we have the cream leather seats. It's from a human, and their skin is meant to be a lot softer, so it's really comfortable.
You wouldn't have caught this if I hadn't paused it. So here we have the cream leather seats. It's from a human, and their skin is meant to be a lot softer, so it's really comfortable. So she's saying it's made out of human skin instead of it just being the cream leather seats, like normal cream leather seats. It's human fucking skin.
Who wrote this? This is my dad. Shows photo of sin is being burned at stake. He literally grew $1 million empire.
It's the same exact... Dev, it's the same exact lines from those other vlogs, but there's inserts of these disgusting, depraved, disturbing things in there. Oh my god, like, this is my dad, shows photo of sinners being burned at the stake. Exactly, it's playing out that intro, that very first vlog video.
Literally nothing. I don't know how he did it. I don't know either, Sophie. We also have 2 TVs. They're a bit small, but... They're screaming. Oh, that's really
Jump scare scream again.
She's screaming. I'll show you the windows now. It's like complete blackout, so when we're on a long flight, at least I can get to sleep. Ugh, they're a bit stiff like a corpse. I need to get my dad to fix that.
They're a bit stiff. This is talking about those windows, and it's saying instead of it being a little bit stiff, of course, it says they're bit stiff like a corpse.
What are all these themes of death? That's amazing.
What are the things about death? She says it.
I don't. My mum is fit, like she is literally on fire. That's a weird thing to say about mum, is it? Ben looks behind Sophie in horror. Oh no.
Ben looks behind Sophie in horror. Why?
Don't be a pervert. She was a supermodel back in the days. I really appreciate learning that from her. Why is that walking away? She's just left there. I thought it was something special. Oh, the seatbelts. So these seatbelts are super duper strong, and there are loads of people who think private jets aren't safe. So I made sure we had really good security and stuff. Sophie just popped up a bit closer to me. Why is it?
Yeah, things are just getting weird, weirder and weirder and weirder with this game.
It's ocean. It's literally impossible to fall out of them. They clip in so well. I'm not going anywhere ever again.
And
oh, now it's.
Did you notice that? The flicker. See if I could find it. Let's go back a little bit. And you see flickers of Sophie. And now the simulation of like a plane crash.
Okay, and now we're in.
And now she's at the gym.
We're in a gym thing. Something that says powerful in your body, be powerful. I can't read the text. That's in the corner of my screen. Some guy called Lewis is here. I'm gonna go down. He's like super dope at everything he does, like boxing, rowing. Like you do also, yeah, tell him a little bit about himself. So I'm guessing Lewis is the guy between Sophie and
the trainer. It literally is beat for beat the same thing with really disturbing shit inserted in there that just doesn't make sense.
Tell us about yourself, Lewis. ... He doesn't want to. How do you find it training me? Lewis ... Yeah, of course. He doesn't like talking. ... again. And a few words.
Lewis isn't saying anything to her.
Yeah. I mean, not even I, but conversations as awkward as that, and that's saying a lot. Protect yourself, Lewis says. What does that mean? I mean, you've got to hide your face at all times.
You gotta hide your face at all times. It's not, you gotta protect your face at all times. You gotta hide your face at all times.
Ominous much? Lewis, lots of dots. 2 big hooks. Sophie, I can be if I can't read that. That's on the side of my screen. Liver, Lewis says.
Liver. Weird. Again, weird shit just coming up.
What? Something a bit more like... something for the head.
I don't know what to say about that.
Cool. Okay, it's like Sophie's being replaced with. Send their head that way and their head the other. We're going to fall. Show me. Show what? It's gone black again. The guide to being young, rich, powerful.
And then it stops and shows this. The guide to being young, rich, and powerful again. The look of she's just totally disturbed. That's only vlog 3. So we've seen bits and pieces of these vlogs. And this is next one's a continuation of that. Who Are You is what it's called. Gets weirder now. This is vlog number 4. So right now we've seen 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe 9 and 12. So we've seen a bunch of them already. But they're out of order, and now they're starting to make kind of more sense.
I'm Sophie. Daughter of a millionaire businessman.
Businessman.
In a world where everything is so fake and digital, it can be easy to forget.
Notice that it's flipping itself. Hey Mello, welcome. But you'll see, like, it'll show the text, and then it'll flip it like a mirror. Like, backwards. Just like it was in the Laura version of the trailer for Sophie's YouTube channel. It's really fucking weird.
What keeps a person focused? On my journey to the self, I discovered the material things are distractions. Things that make us think we know what we want, what we don't. Ben, don't film me. I got no eyes.
Let's go back and look at those words. Things. On my journey of the self,
I discovered the material things are distractions.
I discovered material things that were distractions. Things that make us think we know what we want.
Things that make us think we know what we want.
But we don't.
Ben, don't film me. I got no eyes.
Ben, don't film me. I've got no eyes.
The whole day I have this £10 note left.
And there's that £10 note challenge again. But she's saying, I have no eyes.
Do you think I'll spend it all?
Question mark, question mark, question mark.
I don't know.
Hold on. Notice it stopped. There was like, it didn't say anything else after that, and the question mark was flickering.
What's it to do? Oh. I want you to answer my question.
I want you to answer my question. She doesn't know what she's supposed to do, and the game immediately responds back and says, I want you to answer my question. It's like it's talking directly to her.
Okay, maybe I can do that if there's somewhere to click to move the game forward. Quiet, Laura. Yes, ma'am.
Answer the question, Laura. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Oh. Yes.
She says yes, and it immediately starts going. Again, it immediately starts when she says yes.
No, it'll be fine. £10 is a lot of money. It's like 10,000 pennies today. It's also the launch of my fashion label line. Yeah, I think it's just really versatile stuff and it goes with everything. The most important thing for the label is what it stands for. Like a lot of fashion brands forget about that. They just care about the clothes, but I care about the message behind the clothes. We're going to go into this really cute studio. It's like hella bougie and kind of tight. We've got some really hot male models and that'll be interesting for me. Let's go check it out. So this is Plum.
She's getting more and more disturbed. And now we're back into that spot where Sophie and Plum are driving in a car. It's the same shit still.
Some stuff is so dope. Oh, okay. She just designs like simplistic yet effective kind of stuff. Remember that plain white t-shirt that you designed? And you can just go with it. Yeah, I mean, it's true. The stuff is good. Inspiration just comes a lot from spirituality. I think everyone has a colour, and you know, like, you just look at a person. Like, Plum, your colour is orange. Yeah. Like, even if you weren't wearing orange, you can just see orange. I've got a lot of blacks in my collection because my colour is just black.
Notice that she said initially her color is pink, and here she's saying our color is black. And Sophie says, Laura, your color would be black too.
Laura, your color would be black too. So this is our studio for today. We were meant to be in the big one, but my manager put us into the wrong room. So we're gonna have to do with this one. Laura, should we make do with this one? Oh. Yes.
Laura, what should we do with this one? She responds again. And it starts again.
Nice. It's annoying because I had these really big plans where I was going to be like running around in front of this massive white backdrop. It's about how you express yourself, not who you are, that really matters. Laura, who are you?
Laura, who are you? The look of sheer terror on her face. The game is literally talking to her. She's never put anything in there like you would in some other games. Like, say when you start Pokemon, you could put your character's name in there. There was none of that. But somehow the game knows her name.
I'm not. So what we're going to do today is shoot a bunch of dope stuff to make an ad for my clothing line, which should be ready by the time it's out. Sophie looks at Ben and horror, then stares through Sophie into the it's fine. Wherever you are in the world, good afternoon, good morning, good night. Where are you, Laura?
Where are you, Laura? The game is asking where she is. And it gets worse.
I'm at home. Where's home? I think it's all about...
I'm home. Where is home?
Success is power.
What?
I won't be doing what I am today. I take a quite spiritual approach to everything. Laura, do you take a spiritual...
Laura, do you take a spiritual approach to everything in life? It's interacting with her still.
Not everything?
Will you take a spiritual approach to everything in life?
Spiritual approach to everything in life? Okay. I might wear like this.
And it completely switches. She says okay. And it completely switches.
Dress I've got tomorrow, like, it's like victory or something, you know. Sophie. What? It's not £10 now, is it? Oops.
You like that? You like the flickering there? You like that picture? You like the flicker? Looks like you were right, Laura. And another little character pops up.
Like you were right.
And then this weird thing plays.
Today's challenge didn't go as expected, but you're going to do it again, and I'm sure it'll go a lot better.
She failed at the challenge, and then it's like a blurred out Sophie saying, you failed the challenge, but I'm sure you'll do better next time. Who is that?
They won't be wrong. Thanks for watching our shoot today, guys. We're just gonna hop up to here now and get some more shots of the scene. Here we go. Sophie laughs and splashes water towards Plum's lifeless corpse.
Sophie laughs and splashes water towards Plum's lifeless corpse. Yeah, I'd have that look too. Like, what the fuck? What is happening?
How do you like this place, Laura?
How do you like this place, Laura? Still talking to her.
Come on, Laura, speak up. How would you like this?
Come on, Laura, speak up. How would you like this place? Are you not bored of sitting at home waiting for your daddy to come home? She said her dad is gone a lot in her first few vlogs. Now notice that the pool was blue before, and now it's red. I'll show you. It was blue. It was blue. And now it's red.
Come on, Laura, speak up. How would you like this? You're not bored of sitting around waiting for your daddy to come home. Don't be scared, Laura.
Don't be scared, Laura. Remember positivity. Positivity breeds.
Remember positivity. Who are you, Laura?
Who are you, Laura?
Listen, you really have, okay? You need to stop playing that game. You just got to stop playing the game immediately. Don't go on it, don't play it anymore. Send it over to me and I'll try to deal with it.
Laura's talking to somebody on the phone, saying, stop playing the game, send it to me, and I'll figure out what's going on. I can see you. 2. What? That's later that month, another video pops up. It's that same guy that we see flashing. But look how different he is. He's a complete dweeb. He's dancing around, drinking with flamingos all over his room. And then it flashes to him looking totally defeated and unhappy, and then back to him dancing again. See? Flashes to that, and then back to him being all happy and excited and whatever.
Oh, hello? You alright, mate? Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Smashing it, as you can see. I mean, I'm in a room full of flamingos, man. What's happened? Do you know why I did it? Why I covered my whole fucking room in flamingo wallpaper, flamingo plush toys, flamingos on the fucking headboard over there? I'm sure you will know, mate. I'm sure you will know. Flamingos, like yourself, are supposed to keep you safe in the eye of a hurricane.
Hear that? He's got flamingos all over his room because flamingos are supposed to keep you safe in the eye of a hurricane. Where have we heard the in the middle of a hurricane before? Where have we heard that before?
Where am I now? You know, drinking this fucking shit beer, talking to you. You don't really talk back. You don't really make much of a response, but
I like his hamburger pillow though.
no, all right.
Man, he's just chugging.
Fucking broke my glasses. For fuck's sake, man.
Broke his
Broke my
glasses.
fucking glasses, mate. Pop the lens out. Forget about it. You know what else bothers me about all this, right?
Notice that this is kind of different. It looks like it's a webcam. Like somebody's filming him through a webcam. On a Mac, obviously, because there's Safari there. This is definitely a Mac.
My time to help people. Imagine I'll be happy with this, and yeah, no, I'll help you. I'll help you. Whatever you want, I'll help you. Free of charge, you know? Where's it got me? In a room full of flamingos, for some reason, you know?
Notice that. He says, I do all this stuff for people. Whatever you want, I'll help you. No questions asked, no charge. And where has that got me? In a room full of fucking flamingos.
Okay, obviously smashing it, but come on, this is ridiculous.
He's not happy with the results of the things he's doing.
I'll go for a drink, but I've got to be around to help you. You're not free to go for a drink with me, but as soon as you message me to help out, I'll jump to do it. I'll gladly do it. But no, you can't go for a drink because I'm a fucking pathetic loser.
I'm assuming he's talking about Laura. Is he drinking like a cider? He's very eccentric. Fake pen? Pot? I don't know. Can't tell. Alright. It's him just screwing around.
Not gonna pick that up, mate. No.
And then somebody calls him.
Go back and drink. Just relax. For 5 seconds. Seconds. For fuck's sake.
He keeps getting texts.
Simon, what are you up to?
Alright, Simon, what are you up
I'm
to?
smashing it, mate.
He's talking to somebody. It looks like you're seeing it from inside of his phone, because the letters are reversed.
When you finish smashing it, I've got something I think I need your help with. For fuck's sake. I've got something I think I need your help with.
There's the help thing again.
It's always them asking to help me, asking me to help them, isn't it?
Pouring more beer. That's the third different, like, drink I've seen him have. It's like different beers.
Alright, mate. What have you got?
Why would you put a beer in that kind of glass, anyway? Or is it a cider?
An absolutely mad malware. Some sort of data digging code hidden inside a game. Do you...
There's a malware... Some kind of malware. Data digging software inside of a video game. Now, what kind of game do you think they're talking about?
Want to have a crack at it? What do you think I should do? Yeah? I thought you'd say that.
Who's he talking to?
Alright, mate. Send over. Thanks, mate. Let me know if you need a hand with anything. Oh, come on. It's a bit rich, isn't it? Oh, can you help me with this thing? Also, let me know if you need helping me with this thing I want help with. I know it doesn't make any fucking sense, does it? Right. Okay. Mark, thanks a lot, mate.
It goes back to the computer screen.
Thanks, Dickon. Alright then.
Looks like he gets the email.
See what you've just sent me now.
He opens it up.
Guide to being young, rich, and powerful.
And then immediately just immediately closes it out. Notice his demeanor. He went from all of that to just sitting there like in a trance, like a zombie. He goes into like a trance. And then he suddenly brings the game up again.
Yo, Laura.
And now he's talking to Laura.
Doing alright. I got sent a game today, and I thought you could make a video on it. It's a game about the new queen of YouTube.
That's the guy that sent her the game. What happened in between him opening the game and sending her that email with that game? Don't know. Don't know, but it still continues. There's another short clip that came up, and this is really weird. What is this? What's happening?
Hello? Hello? Are you there? Hello? Hello?
Notice the knife in the hand, bloody knife with the hand. Notice that.
Hello? Hello?
Who are you?
Hello? I am Sophie. Young, popular, talented. I am a friend, a daughter, a sister.
Somebody took out their eyes. Somebody took their eyes out.
What do you want? Private jets, fast cars, beautiful friends.
No, I don't want any of that.
When you're in the middle of a hurricane,
This is becoming more and more fucking freaky as it goes. Homeboy just dug his eyes out with a pocket knife. Hold on, I'm gonna pause and let this run on normal speed. And you tell me where you heard this before.
Moving on as backup, detective, let's breathe.
You know, I've got like some really Thai lemonade downstairs that I made for you guys. Do you not want to try it?
You remember that? This was when Sophie and Plum were in Laura's house. Except, this Laura is on the other side of the door.
Elementary, my dear Watson. Back me up. No! Can you just go downstairs? Let me just go downstairs. Okay.
And she's hearing it.
Calm down, yeah? What is happening?
Who are you?
Guy in jeans puts a bag over his head and shoots himself. Yeah. I need to check something very quickly. I'm debating on whether or not I want to show this other video that was actually removed from the channel by YouTube because it was apparently too disturbing. But I want to make sure that I know exactly where this sat up in the timeline. So let's figure that out. Okay, let's go down. Keep going. This was in a later issue. This was posted and looks like, when was it posted? May 16th. Okay. There's a lot of stuff that goes on with this, so I'm not going to be able to tell everything on this stream. But I will give you guys all of the information to go look into everything beat by beat later. At the end of this, I will most certainly give you the timeline that I am looking at specifically. Because there's a particular video that's called Pop Goes the Weasel that's on Vimeo. But it is very disturbing. And I don't want to show it if you guys think that you can't handle something that's really graphic. Yeah, I don't want to have to do that to you guys if I don't need to. Okay, it hasn't shown up yet. So let's look at Laura 3, which is the next video. But shit, yeah, it's getting really, really creepy. And this is vlog number 5. So we've seen 1 through 5, 9, and 12. This one was at, if you notice from that last video she did, this is a good time after that. So she took a break in between this.
Hey guys, sorry I haven't uploaded in a while. I've just been trying to kind of take some time away from being online and stuff. It's made me feel quite detached from things. And I've been kind of doing a lot of wondering recently, and things haven't really felt...
Yeah, it might get me.
So I'm trying to get out of my room, as you can see.
I will describe the video to you then, at this point, when that time comes up.
Dragging and weighing me into this weird direction. It's just made me feel quite, like sick and muddled. It's like the air is thick, like there's something mixed with it that just makes it feel quite, fat.
Notice that. She says it feels quite fat. She feels sick when she's in that room. So she took some time to get out of that room.
So yeah, I'm out here trying to kind of, dispel that. I've, tried talking to my dad about it, but he's very tactical at changing the subject. Or he's just not interested. He's like, fresh air can cure anything, Laura. So here I am, in the communal garden, trying to do that. I think I'm just kind of like trying to focus on one thing at a time. So sitting here, listening to normal noises, just trying to like harness that feeling. My dad doesn't have a job for me anymore, just like that. So clearly he's kind of been struggling.
She's talking about her dad, but what she says about this room again and how she's feeling is very telling.
I'm looking for a new job. I'm kind of hoping to go back to school as well, choose a course that I like. I like to think that this positivity comes from like being out here, but it really just comes in waves. So one minute I'll be like, everything's fine, you're gonna get a job, you're gonna go to school, you're gonna make loads of new friends, and you're gonna be popular and happy, and then the next I kind of just feel nauseous and odd. Kind of like the fat air from the tilted room has just seeped down in it.
She tries to force herself to feel positive, and then other days she feels disgusting.
It makes me feel cold inside. If like anybody is watching this, or like anybody overhears this, I realize that I sound insane, because yeah, it does sound insane. I've been having really bizarre dreams as well, and they're the same each time. So I'll be lying in my bed in the middle of the night asleep, and then I'll feel something at the end of my bed like sink into the mattress. But I'm not afraid, so I sit up and there's this man.
Listen to this.
In a suit, and he's got something wrong with his face, but I can't figure out what, and he's like caressing my feet. Really?
There's a man in a suit at the edge of my bed caressing my feet, and there's something wrong with his face, but I can't tell what it is because it's dark. Where have we seen something like that before?
Softly and gently and like lovingly. And then he slowly points to the corner of the room, and there's this like crouched figure in the shadows, and unlike the man in the suit, the figure makes me feel really, really threatened, and like it gives me that spiral feeling in my stomach. And then the man tells me not to worry, and I ask him if any of this is real, and he starts to open his mouth really wide, like a gnat.
This shit just gets more and more weird. But when I explain at the end of this, of explaining all of this to the last video, what I get out of this, everything is gonna make so much fucking sense.
Naturally wide. Almost like he's trying to smile, and then I wake up. And the weirdest thing is, the feeling I get when I look at the figure is the same feeling I get in the tilted room. And there's a big part of me that wants to accept it and let it in and kind of see where it takes me. Like, is it so wrong to want to be pulled into a weird direction when the one I'm standing on is so plain and flat? And if you guys saw my other videos, like, you'll know that the terror from the game made me feel small and unsafe. But I've been thinking about this more and more since I like shut it down and locked it away, is that it also made me feel seen.
You saw how scared I was playing that game, and it made me feel small, but it also made me feel seen.
Like,
hold on to
how
that.
lost it made me feel, it's just been gnawing at me. Like, I'm worth something to someone. And no matter how much I breathe in the fresh air, it is nowhere near as satisfying as the thick air in the tilted room that makes me feel sick and muddled.
She's saying that she knows that this feeling is wrong. But there's nothing more satisfying than what she gets in that room. That's vlog number 5. There's a pattern in this. There's a very distinct pattern. And there's things that come up multiple times on multiple occasions. Now, there's another video that came up, which is vlog number 6. Continue. It's the next video. And things get even more weird. And by even more weird, I'm not fucking around. I've already said this shit was really weird, but this just gets worse. Vlog number 6. It's in September.
Hello. Thank you for your beauty. Thank you for your innocence. Thank you for your eyes. Thank you for your voice. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your memories. Thank you for your future. Thank you for your hate. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your life.
She's sleeping, and you're getting these clips of weird stuff you've already seen. Then you're seeing a fly with maggots. You're seeing bloodied up Sophie. You're seeing her with a cat. You're seeing the eyes that are out of the skull. You're seeing all of this weird shit, and it's happening while she's sleeping. Apparently.
Now, do you feel your head swelling? Do you feel it oozing? We're nearly there now, Lara. While everyone
Do you feel your head swelling? Do you feel it oozing?
is watching.
And then a bunch of YouTubers. Sophie and the guy with the weird fucking face. At the end of it is a small clip of a plane crash. The inside of a plane during a crash. It's as though something is grooming her. And we don't know necessarily what, but all we can think is that it's the game. It's the only thing you could think it could possibly be, is it's the game. And then the next video is vlog 7, which occurs on the 13th of June, or July. I'll pull it up again. The shit just gets weirder and weirder and fucking weirder. Vlog 7. Poor girl lives on $10 for a day.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
She's in bed, and the phone is saying hello, 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 and it says YRP Mobile. Like the game is now on her phone, and it's watching her. It woke her up. Do you wish to continue, Laura? So now she's playing it on a more constant basis on her phone.
Yes.
Hey Laura, welcome back to our channel.
Hey Laura, welcome back to our channel. And that's Sophie. She's upgraded. She's got no eyes. It's evolving.
Today is going to be an interesting day because we are doing a money challenge. Today, I want you to steal £10 from your dad.
I don't think I can do that. It's not really a time.
No, it'll be fine. £10 isn't a lot of money. It's like 10,000 pennies.
Okay.
Steal £10 from your dad. It's not a lot of money. It's only like 10,000 pennies. So she's like, I can't do that right now, and then it prompts her to do it again. And she can't say no.
Okay.
But today's also the launch of my fashion label, YRP. Yeah, I think it's just really versatile stuff, and it just goes with everything. But the most important thing about the label is what it stands for. Like, a lot of fashion brands forget about that. They just care about the clothes. But
It's talking about the clothing line again. Young, rich, and powerful. It continues to talk about that.
I care about the message behind the clothes.
You know my dad will know that I took this, right?
And she's filming herself.
£10 isn't a lot of money. It's like 10,000 pennies.
Okay.
It says it again. £10 is not a lot of money. It's like 10,000 pennies.
I'm done. I just now.
Burn it.
What?
Burn it.
So she stole the $10 from her dad, and now Sophie program is telling her to burn it.
No, it'll be fine. £10 isn't a lot of money. It's like 10,000 pennies.
She doesn't want to do it, and then it does it again. It continues to tell her to do it, and she burns the £10 bill. It's like she's doesn't want to do these things, but it's too tempting not to. And this is where the other video that has been removed, it's called Pop Goes the Weasel. And I'm going to read this stuff out to you. It's posted on June 25th, 2020 at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It opens up with the vlog menu screen, and then it goes to vlog number 10 to be played. It's a typical vlog intro, and it's not titled. But that vlog was initially posted on the 20th of November of the previous year. It has 6 views. Date shows up as the 20th of February, and the music fades out. A horse and sun clip from continue.mp4 with the YRP game continue screen overlaid on it. Audio is very loud and distorted, and is of Sophie saying she's uploaded it. It glitches, and at the same time, the orchestral music from continue.mp4 movie plays. We see inside Laura's phone screen, the Sophie sprite from Poor Girl Lives on $10 Failed is on the screen, and the triangle above her head says, #Pop Goes the Weasel backwards. Laura is slathered in blood and wailing. Someone's hand, presumably Laura's, pressing into bloodied flesh. The game Sophie begins singing lyrics to Pop Goes the Weasel, and the gory clips are cut in with clips of Laura crying while Sophie sings. There's a close-up of blood, and Laura's hand stroking whatever's been killed. It cuts back to game Sophie singing and Laura crying again. It shows something bloodied with a hole in it after that, and it glitches. It goes back to game Sophie singing and Laura weeping. It goes to what looks like Laura drawing a symbol with a knife and blood on the dead thing. Could be multiple things. Could be a random shape pattern. But it looks like the YRP, OPW triangle, or another symbol. Goes back to Sophie singing with Laura crying again. It then shows Laura's hand reaching down towards whatever's been killed and stroking it. Shows the same Sophie and Laura thing. She's stroking whatever's being killed. It glitches to her hand touching and patting the dead thing again. And it shows Laura's face is closer to the camera with the Sophie sprite turned into the hate sprite. Now, the hate sprite is that weird guy in a suit that you keep seeing. And it's still singing. It zooms in on the dead thing, and it shows some grainy blue tone filter on it that appeared in algorithm. It glitches and cuts back to Laura's vlog menu screen. The screen becomes static and it glitches again. It shows a close-up photo of Chloe, the manager that Sophie had, her face. As the camera moves, she seems to be smiling. There's a sound of a phone ringing over low-quality footage of a man who turns out to be a new character, David, who answers the cell phone. When Pop Goes the Weasel came out, the guy that's playing David here is the same guy. David, what's his name? David is the same guy who plays Dad. That dancing dad character. It's the same guy. However, there's no proof that he is, those characters are connected at all. The series there's no connection, it seems. The clip cuts back to Chloe with heavy, distorted audio, and she's saying something, but her mouth is not in frame long enough to really lip read her. It's cut back to David with the phone, and blurry footage of David moving erratically and grabbing his hands. There is audio in this section of people arguing, and they're saying, "What do you want me to say? So this is all my fault, isn't it? Oh, here we go." You see the YRP menu screen kind of music come up in the background. There's a shot of a cell phone laying on the ground. A hand slaps down and grabs it. Shows a close-up of David's eyes as he looks to his left, and a brief frame of the pair of bloodied eyes, the ones that were pulled out of somebody's skull. Clip shows David's hands on the cell phone with a brief frame of a gun from the end of Are You Being You? When that guy kills himself. It goes back to his hand again in the phone, and it shows Game Sophie with her saying, "Hello, David, it's time to tune in." It's the same kind of stuff that was happening with Laura. It glitches into static, and it goes back to Laura's vlog menu screen. Vlog menu 8 is selected and is played, and it's the same intro, but the vlog was posted on the 1st of November, 2019, has 6 views, with the date changing to be June 2nd, 2019. There's loud audio with gore, an image of a decomposed cat covered in flies, but this is supposed to be of the cat that you see a flicker of her having, because Laura has a cat. Yeah. And someone is saying, "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry." And the audio, but the audio is really hard to understand. It gets louder, and it shows a close-up of art pieces. Each one shows Scylla. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's in a different stages of being transformed into a monster. It's a Greek myth. And I'm assuming that has to do with that one line that is read out in the game. Excuse me. It then shows Sophie in the conservatory in her pink suit with her back to the camera, and then she slowly turns with the video ending before you see her face. You also hear the I'm so sorry, along with the screaming plane crash from continue.mp4. And that's the end of it. So it's a very, very graphic, extremely graphic video. Basically of Laura in that first part of it with the vlog, I think it was 7, where she's basically looking at a dead horse and she sticks her thumbs into the eyes of the dead horse. It's gross. It's really gross. I've seen it. And then it shows this David character. Prior to those clips we're seeing of this guy taking his eyes out, and then then a guy in jeans putting a bag over his head and blowing his head off with a gun. All of that is apparently supposed to be this David guy. He's supposed to be somebody who had this issue with Sophie prior to Laura. That's what that's supposed to be. And then, the very last video that's uploaded is what I'm going to play next. And it's called I Can See You All. And after this, I'm going to this is because this is the last part of it. I'm going to close it out, and I'm going to tell you exactly what this all is interpreted as, in how I interpret it and how others have interpreted this. And it'll all make sense.
Hello, and welcome to Crodius Industries. My name is Howard Moore, and this is your
That's
induction.
David.
Over the course of your employment, you will acquire the tools harnessed by our staff to change the lives of thousands of men around the globe. With our ever-developing... unique system, Crodius Industries is delivering a product so that our 24/7 support staff is...
That guy is David. That's Dad. The guy who plays Dad. Who also plays David in this. They're not connected again.
crucial to our
Nothing to
ongoing
connect
success
them.
and confidentiality. So from here, our head of production, Chloe, will get you settled. But for now, on behalf of the company, myself, and our future, thank you and welcome.
Hi, Simon. That's okay. I just popped on myself. So,
Did you see that? Eyes are gone. Hole in the head.
Hi, Simon. That's okay. I just popped on myself. So,
And then you see the Simon character, the guy with the flamingos, talking to somebody.
how's it going? Things are really stacking up. We've had a ton of orders out of the blue recently, which is no bad thing. As you probably know, Mark's up to his eyeballs. So, what's up? I'm just gonna say it. I was kind of hoping you were calling to ask for your old job back.
Not exactly. I've had something else I want to talk to you about. I need to put an...
Is that so? And you couldn't go to Mark?
That's why I thought you could help me out. I don't have to go to him and, you know...
So,
Mark.
what's it for?
It's something I've been working on, Chloe. I can't really...
That's apparently the manager lady, too. So you see her again.
I can't be...
What are you after?
Blonde hair, blue eyes, preferably tall and slim.
All the classics?
I've actually got a reference photo I can send you. I've got some key phrases that I'd like you to embed too, along with those personality traits. I'll send that with the photo in the email. I need it to be as exact as you can get it.
What we have, what is assumed by people who have looked into this and done a deep dive, is a Reddit and a Discord for this where you can find all this information. And they've done deep dives with screenshots of the stuff of the glitching and everything, so you can see what is actually going on in between everything. He's asking for something made that's tall, slim, with blonde hair and blue eyes. Who does that sound like? Sounds like Sophie.
As best as your code can, Simon.
Yeah, I want to call her Sophie.
Sophie.
I want to call her Sophie.
Sophie.
Vlog 8. Final vlog. Vlog 8 shows a bloody flamingo, and then you see what looks like one of those AI versions of Sophie. Now, I'm gonna go back and explain everything. What is she is of a sort. No, the theory is not all dead and in hell. The theory is that the person who who's behind all of this has this in mind. This is the evolution of what popular YouTubers become. And there are multiple examples of this. I will say PewDiePie, specifically. You see Laura, the real Laura, initially. She's happy with what she's doing. And then she makes something that gets her a lot of views, which is the gaming stuff. And then she starts to believe that because she finally got views and got noticed, and no matter how much she has to do that again. She has to keep doing that pattern. So she does. And she slowly but surely falls out of love with what she's doing. And eventually it gets to the point where she's faking the smile. She's faking what she's doing, that she's enjoying it. Just like how PewDiePie did. Just how PewDiePie did with most of the games he was playing. How iDubbbz did with the Content Cop, where he felt like he had to do that all the time, and then he stopped doing it because he didn't want to do it anymore. He didn't love it anymore. There are multiple instances of people and YouTubers specifically that make a YouTube channel, and then they make something that just gets them so many views and blows them up. And after that, they feel like they have to continue doing that in order to get those views, in order to get that high, to get that being noticed. And it makes him, and they do it even though it makes him feel sick. I would say even Augie's had this problem. Especially recently, where he feels like he needs to make this content with the RFC after hours, but there's nothing to make the content out of, and he's not enjoying it because it's just dead. And so he's thinking about going to Twitch and just doing gaming streams there, which is what he's been doing. Because it makes him happy, because he enjoys it. Do you see where the parallels are at? So what this is basically showing is the metamorphosis of Laura from being that normal person into Sophie. Because what is believed is that Sophie and Laura are the same person, mirror imaged. She goes from being a real person and somebody who enjoys what she does to the fakest person on the planet who has to fake positivity so she gets views. So she gets the attention that she really craves, that feels so satisfying, even though she feels disgusting about it. She's disgusted with what she has to do. She doesn't love it anymore. But she goes back because of the attention and the adrenaline rush. What initially jump-started this is a Australian billionaire's son. And I gotta go look at, see what his name was, but he, what's his name? I think I found him. Let me just confirm. You see his face. Bobby Misner is apparently, and I'll show you him. I'll pull him up. This is what she's based off of. This guy named Bobby Misner. He's an Australian billionaire's son who became pretty famous or became put on mainstream because he did a video where he was showing what it's like to be a billionaire's son, to be rich. And if you want to go look it up, I'm not going to go grab it because we're already over the 2-hour mark and I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. But basically, he puts out a video very much like Sophie's, where it's this bougie kid that's got a shit ton of money, pretending to be like everybody else, and while simultaneously boasting about them, what their life is like. Showing their fancy jets, fancy clothes, supermodels, Lamborghinis, fast cars, and private jets, living fast. And what happened was they got caught by people like I Am Alex, like Slazo, those YouTubers at the time, and they put him on blast. They put him on super blast. In the same way that Leon did with Sophie, where they just saw this rich bitch or rich guy just bragging about what he's doing in the most fake way possible. And what happened, and this is exactly what happened with Sophie, I Am Sophie as well, what happened is that once they started talking about Misner, he got a shit ton of views and a shit ton of hate. Just people going at him like crazy. And the same thing happened with I Am Sophie, where they showed up on her channel and started putting comments after comment about her being ugly, about her being a bitch, about her being fake, all of the above. And it's this whole it's really geared towards this whole YouTuber I guess biosphere that we are seeing so much of as of late. You got the YouTubers that start out with loving what they do, they blow up, and then they get so much attention that they don't know what to do with it. And they think that now that they got the adrenaline rush, they got the dopamine high that they did from all those views, that they have to continue to do that until they no longer love it. And they're also more times than not, they have people just coming at them. They have haters that come at them on a constant basis. And it changes you. There's a lot of YouTubers that do this. I've seen it multiple times since I've become more involved in the YouTube community, in the YouTube sphere. And it's very, very telling. And it's very on point. So that is what is believed to be the reasoning and the story and the message behind I Am Sophie. If you look at everything as a whole, that's what it comes out to. But I'm going to post a Google Doc in here. That is the Google Doc that I've been using to look at everything that is the I Am Sophie case. It's got 180 plus pages of information on it. Just breaking everything down with screenshots, everything. Everything. So if you want to look into this more, this is the way to go about it. There's also a Discord channel that has the same sort of updating system where people are really trying to figure out the intricacies of this stuff, and they have theories about it. And it's believed that this is going to pick up again at some point. We don't know. All we know is that after an interview, the guy that wrote this, that put this all together, is the brains behind the operation, said there were 7 parts to it. And it is believed that not all 7 parts have been put out. So this might come up again. Now, that's basically it from top to bottom. That is what the ARG I Am Sophie is. In the most concise way I can put it for everybody. With you seeing everything. Hopefully, it didn't scare you too much. It probably did. That's the point. But hopefully you did enjoy the scare. And it was entertaining while we got to see it. And you got to hear my take on these things. So, I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping it up. Thank you to everybody who came out. Firefly, Devend, Mike, Mello, Nancy, Xylee, everybody that came out to say hello. I appreciate your support. And I will be back again next week with something spooky and tantalizing for you. So good night and sweet nightmares.